Oh, honestly, there's nothing funny about men in wigs.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. I'm going to click that straight away. As soon as this goes live, I'll be clicking thumbs down. Hello!
Good evening. Pull up a pew.
Welcome to our lovely little snug pub. It's a snug inner pub,
Yeah,
isn't
it's the corner bit where Ina and Martha sit.
Let us hand over to Winge and Block'it right now, who will be solving someone's problem. So Maureen, we're back here. We've got some more advice to dole out, our wise wisdom.
Well, we have been around a bit, haven't we?
We have. So let's see what we've got in our post bag this week.
Now, dealing with problems like this can be quite complicated.
For a long time that it's far too easy to get married. It's harder to buy a three-piece suite on HP.
Right, well, I've had a lovely letter here. This is from Marilyn. Dear Winge and Block'it, the lady next door who lives alone has a pet rabbit. But not of the furry kind. I call it her Buzz Lightyear because she's very noisy with it when she's having her moments.
Oh, the other thing you can do is most probably just sort of hint at it, like, could I hear a bee's nest in your bedroom last night?
Well, I think that's most probably the best advice. Go for the old bee's nest.
My mate Rita actually went to a car boot sale the other day, and she found, it must be about 300 or 400 years old, a gold ornate dildo. Solid gold. I said, you're lucky you're sitting on a gold mine there.
Well, I think we've solved your problems there with that, Marilyn. Do write back and let us know how you get on. I'd go for the
wasp's nest.
Wasp's nest. Well, there we are. Winge and Block'it, solve your problems. If you've got a problem, type it in, send it to us. We'll get them to answer it in due time. They do have quite a full sack of letters, but they can work their way through it. And if you have a burning issue, do get in touch. So this was the first dance.
And I was thinking, where have I seen this before? Olive.
It is, of course, Olive from On the Bus's 90.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's almost the same. Like, who wore it best?
I think Olive did. No. I tell you what, man, get behind the sofa before the clubman comes round. That's it. And close the curtains as well. Alright, ta-da, love, bye. Da 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 da, bum 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 bum. Done.
Keep dancing. Do you know what? I was just thinking about this so Strictly on at the weekend.
Hey.
Now, obviously, I adored John and Johannessen's cha-cha.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
When did a cha-cha become a cha-cha-cha? Cha-cha-cha.
Oh, the two blokes.
Yeah. I don't want to see a bottom thrust in my face and moved about.
I know a few moves of my own, don't you worry. Oh, I thought that was very... It's called twerking, isn't it?
Oh, yes, I don't want to see twerking on my television. I'll write to the BBC later.
We love them gays that are dancing.
Oh my god, yeah, it's so good to have representation on television for like those diverse cultures. But I'm thinking, you know, should go a bit further, be a bit more gender blind. So like, why don't they have like a throuple dancing?
They do a lot of spending on them little sets, don't they?
They do, and there's not much point, is there?
There was a bootcase, a bus stop the other week.
Well, they were popping in and out of school lockers this week.
Did you know that? Well, do you know what? I mean, it's going to rile you up. That's your TV licence money.
don't know, Mum and Dad, why did I not watch Tenko? Was I sent to bed? I might have been too
It
young.
was on late. It was on like 10 o'clock at night.
Well, Bake Off this week was a very good week with Bread Week, wasn't it, Patrick? Yeah. Well, this week Prue obviously didn't give us a stalemate with an old piece of manky jewellery. It was quite fresh out of the oven of creation, wasn't it? We loved the fact it was a mishmash of abstractal pieces and shapes. Resembled a bit like a teething ring for a little baby. And it obviously was set across with a milk-coloured gilet and blouse, which set it off quite nicely. Didn't it, Patrick? So join us next week when we'll be puckering up for more fashion, fancy and frolics.
Anyway, we're not talking Strictly anymore.
Oh,
we're
no.
talking Bake Off. Quick question before we hand over to the Giggleboxers. Celine Dion or Mariah Carey? Celine Dion. Okay, and smile. This one's for the Insta. I'll have to put a filter on half of that.
To be honest with you, it's my least favourite week of all.
Oh, bloody bread week. Don't talk to me about bread.
Well, to be honest with you, bread making's a big nonsense in my opinion.
Did you watch it?
No, I don't like bread.
Now tell me, does Prue do a handshake?
No, she says, lovely flavour. What? The piston is milk bread?
What? I don't know. Siri, what's milk bread?
I had an ex-bloke who's working in a bread factory.
Oh yeah?
I won't tell you what they used to do in the bread mix machine room.
Last year, me and my mum had a go at making bread, during lockdown.
Yeah.
And she's decided to be a bit clever and flavour it with herbs and stuff. She filled it with lots of dill. Anyway, it swelled up. There was enough to fill a bathtub.
Oh, dear me, what did you do with it all?
Well, she decided to give away free, so she put an advert on, is it Gumdrop?
Yeah.
And said, free dildo.
Oh,
We were inundated.
I bet you were.
I love an olive focaccia.
I bet you do.
Melanie Farrelly has never gotten over or forgotten that Celine Dion snatched victory from the UK at the Eurovision in 1988.
She did, yeah.
Next Top Model talks about people being flawsome and actually owning that flaw, owning what makes you unique, because that's kind of why you're standing out, is your flaws.
Yorkshire bus guy just said he heard a story about Violet Carson, who used to play the Sharples. She famously said about her face, as it was a natural.
As it was.
If it's good enough for God, it's good enough for Granada.
And I think on that point, we are at 9 o'clock. We're going to close the giggle. Daniel, Rusty Lee pops up in our version.
We love Rusty Lee.
She pops up in our version of Madonna's Vogue.
Quincy Willis, Rusty Lee, 321 and Duty Free, Julie Goodyear, Tisha Dean, on the cover of a magazine.
Yeah, we got some yesterday. Some guy was saying, what the F is this? Why the Jeff have I just watched this? I've just Jeff and watched it again to see if it was funny, and it's not. Jeff, my life.
You don't know it. You don't know us, sugar.
Move on. It's just not for you.
Yeah.